Hello my friends and welcome to episode 84 of The Wanderer. Today we're taking on Dijon. There's a reason why we're taking on Dijon. I'm going to go into that in the game. But we're starting first with staff changes. We've got all our transfer business done. We've got a lot of staff changes done. Maybe still going to look to make a few adjustments. But on the whole, most of this work is done. So now we've got Paul Javier. Really wasn't very good. Arnold Schmidt, again, really wasn't very good. They were under 20s coaches, as was this guy who was under 19s assistant manager. Debut was our under 19s manager. He's away. Dow is away. Chris Hegarty's away. Here's my assistant manager, but I did say he was only ever a temporary appointment. He had a couple of decent stats, but he never had the stats to have a good stat, basically. Jean-Philippe Delpech, I still feel really sorry for him. He spent 12 years as a player at the club, 24 years as a reserve coach, and I fired him. Basically because we've got somebody better in, and I wanted to sell him. We'll get rid of him to free up a slot, if you like, for a different role. But at the same time, I feel there's a big bit of guilt. It's firing a man who gave 40 years of his life to the club, near enough. Lever, also away. He was a chief data analyst for us. He's very good at presenting data, but not very good at judging team data or player data, so I felt we had to get a better option now. So on the end we have Ricardo Perez, a goalkeeping coach. Look at those stats, 19 across the board. Makes my life so much easier when I'm looking for a goalkeeping coach in the future. Miguel Moreira, he comes in as the under 19s manager. Very good in a number of stats. Fairly decent. Dragan Kapsevich, he is under 19s assistant manager, kind of just the best of a bad bunch. Stig, we're just calling him Stig. He comes in as a scout. Daniel Jungblut, also in as a scout. Gary Locke returns. We had him at Hearts. He's returned. He's a coach this time rather than an under 19s manager. He's not very good, but again, I struggle with what to know the stat wise for under 19s or coach or whatever. If you know any guides for that, let me know, because I would adjust what I've done with this youth team. But Gary Locke comes in. He's joined by Kevin Grund. Tom Sweet is the reserves assistant manager, again best of a bad bunch. Pedro Mesquita comes in as an under 19s coach. And then at that point I was like, right, do you know what? I don't know what stats I'm looking for. These guys, they're okay, but they're not great at anything. Let's just bring some names in. So we brought in Luis Gustavo, 43 caps for Brazil. I literally just searched this by unemployed, minimum of 20 caps. So Luis Gustavo comes in. He's actually pretty decent. Hogan Badstuber, again fairly decent. Fleming Pedersen comes in as my new assistant manager. Bit of a blunder. He comes in as a tactical coach, where we already, our base coach was a tactical coach, because I didn't check that. But he's very, very good. Bastian Schweinsteiger comes in. He's pretty awful, to be honest. Again, another youth coach that sees out our youth allocation for coaches. William Weiss, this is a guy that we sacked the... Is he? I seem to think he's the one that we sacked, the guy that had been here for about 40 years. Very, very good. I'll confirm that when we show the stats. Gaz, in fact he was, because I'm looking at this. Gazda comes in, defending coach at reserves level, but that means he can work at under 19s and first team, which I like. Absolutely sensational coach that we picked up there. We've brought in Ian De Kiefer as a data analyst. He's the best of a sort of, and this lad, again, a lot of these are best of bad bunches for data analysts and sports scientists. There really wasn't a lot on offer. We can't attract any of them really. But Patrick Vink was a steal. He's our new chief data analyst, and I like him. He's not quite as good at presenting team data, but a big increase compared to the small decrease in that in the other two stats. So he comes in from Excelsior in the Netherlands and will hopefully do us a very good job. That leaves our training with coaches this level 4.5 star across the board, apart from fitness, 1 goalkeeping and attacking. I will look to address that in the future. For the reserves, I've not actually looked at this, but again, 4.5 star pretty much across the board. In fact, it's virtually identical to the first team. And for the youth, we've got 4 star in most, a couple of 4.5 stars, a few 3.5 stars. I said I don't really know what I'm looking for here, but that's pretty good coaching. So we're looking and should hopefully be able to get the best out of our team. One that does confuse me is he's 4.5 star at first team and reserves level. For some reason down here, he is 4 star. Working with youngsters is 13, which I didn't think was that bad, in all honesty, but it's apparently enough to knock it down. So I genuinely don't know what I'm looking for in a reserve coach, because when you compare like Gazga 13, Willis 13, he keeps his 4.5 star, he drops to 4 star. Badstuber 3.5 star, 10. Schweinsteiger 2.5 star, 13. Moraes, you're 17 actually, you're not a great example. Perez 10, keeps his 4.5 star. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I need the mass. Somebody give me something that I can work on with mass, and I can work it. Transfer history wise, if we go to actual transfers, we've done a couple of bits of business. On the outs, Jason Gary, the goalkeeper we bought in. How much did he cost us again? 3 million rising to 5.25 million, and he's already out on loan for the price of his wages. Might have overspent a touch in hindsight. However, he's away on loan to Portugal, where he is got a couple of games, 7.3 average rating, solid, improving, hopefully work for him. The reason for that is we brought in Markin Bulka. Agent approached me, said he was available for 120k, 6'6", 20 aerial reach, reflexes maybe aren't quite as good as what I would normally like, but he looks fairly decent. 24 years old and an improvement on all the goalkeepers he got according to my staff. He's 3.5 star compared to 3 star and 2.5 star. So I brought him in. At worst, we may make a bit of profit on him and get a season. Our last sign in, and I said in the last episode when we were going, or rather not the last episode, the transfer episode, I went for so many young strikers and couldn't get a single one of them. We finally got one that I went for, Johan Bonnet. 2.1 million with 1.2 million after 50 games and another million after 20 international appearances, if I remember correctly. Absolutely sensational buy. 16 years old, 3 star current ability, 5 star potential rather. And I've adjusted how I'm working the strikers in this formation. I was looking at other formations of my type and try to see what they were doing differently, and one of the things is all the strikers are attack minded, so advanced forwards, complete forwards on attack, poachers, stuff like that. So I thought, why not make a sorry if that was a random nudge there, nudge my computer desk, but yeah, I just thought let's make a adjustment. He fits this adjustment. Price we paid I think is an absolute steal. He's going to be absolutely quality. Does have a couple of areas to work on, but 16 dribbling, 16 finishing, 14 composure, 13 off the ball, the pace in abundance with very good agility as well, and 6 foot, so he's not exactly small, so he's decent in the air. I thought this was a very good buy. There's one more striker I do want to bring in. Fortunately, he'd signed a new contract, so he wasn't interested in moving this window. Get him next window. Finances wise, we have 10 million left in the transfer budget, 17 million left in the overall bank balance. And if we go to our schedule, we played 2 games since the last episode. It's taken me 2 hours to get from the Amiens game to here, by the way. The first game we played Los Lille. We had a man sent off inside 3 minutes. Always great when that happens, but then Peter Patev scored 5 minutes later. Stuperovic and Oliveira scored in the second half before they got one back for a 3-1 victory, playing with 10 men for over 90 minutes of this game, including injury time. Absolutely smashing stuff. Then we went away to Amiens. We took the lead through Stuperovic. They equalised through a goal where the boy hits the ball and I don't actually see where the ball goes. It hits the back of the net and I know I can see it when it falls down the net. Between that point, I have no idea where the ball is. I don't know how it got from his foot to the back of the net. Then he scored an absolute wonder fluke from Koya before Oliveira equalised just before half time and then finished him off in the second half. for a nice 3-2 victory, and that leaves us on to this Dijon game. Looking forward to this. League table is as so. We have a goal difference of +1 with 6 points in the kitty. We're a point behind Monaco and 4 behind PSG, but they played a game more. So we've had a fairly good start despite that loss to Bordeaux, who again are only 3 points behind us, and a decent win for us today would actually take us above them. Our opponents today is Dijon, who are sitting 15th in the league with 3 points after 3 games. Hopefully we can get a win. I will catch you pitch side. Today our team is with Balka in goal with that 6'6", 20 aerial reach. Patev, Sacco and Ruket taking up the back line with Sambia and Agbenyui at left back, Gomez and Adam in midfield with Tsunami, Oliveira and Stuperovic up top. Penarada makes the bench after his leave of absence, and Bonnet only can make the bench after he picked up a couple of knocks during youth international duty, which is a bit of a shame, but he's back. He is fit enough to make the bench. I would have started him over Tsunami otherwise. Yanvia and Mokhtar make the bench. Pavlov, who's the guy I prefer on the bench, wasn't quite fit enough. He had picked up a knock as well. Girard and Brian Cont and Garnier making up the rest of the bench. I'm going to go, it's over to you. I'm actually not playing my best left back because, forgetting it's been 2 weeks, he got injured in the last game and I'd taken him out of the team. Or it wasn't the last game, it was the game before that rather. And I forgot that it's been 2 weeks and he's back to match fitness as Tsunami has a free kick. It's just over the bar from the Japanese youth international, I should say. Don't think he's quite broken into the Japan side yet. Nonce leading the league currently. That's interesting to see. Abid with the corner, cleared away from Patev. Sad brings it back in, and Balka catches it with relative ease, but it was offside anyway, and a bit irrelevant to the situation. Is that Wesley said? Is indeed. 23 minutes in, we're not playing particularly well, which is rather frustrating because the last episode I showed you on camera, we didn't play particularly well. We got embarrassed. Since then we've had 2 very good games off camera. I'm wondering if the camera's a curse this season. Barbet brings it in to Ronaldo. Pena. Campbell out to Barbet. Played down the wing. Patev should catch it all day long. Maybe I had opportunities to pass it inside, and Sacco slipped on it, and Wesley said has a free chance inside the 18-yard box with about acres of space. Mistake from Patev not getting it away first, and then Sacco slow to react to the fact that he had the ball at his feet. A poor first touch let them in, but they couldn't take advantage of a huge chance. Going to come into half time here, kind of just hoping it's going to be 0-0 to be honest, looking at the stats. We do have a late chance, so it's brought in to Goncalves. Oliveira, first shot is weak, does get a cross in. Stuperovic down to Patev, to Adam. Tsunami, it's in the back of the net. I can't remember him actually scoring any. That is indeed his first goal for Toulouse. Delighted to see him getting a goal. The reason why I've brought you the Dijon game, by the way, while I remember, basically I'm away this weekend, so I'm away first thing in the morning after this video goes live. I'm recording this on Wednesday night because I have to have Thursday to edit and then Friday to upload, and I need to record Sunday's episode as well on the same basis to meet my sort of schedule, and make sure I've got a video every day for you as I normally do. So that's why I'm recording this game, because I was originally going to do Monaco, but I can't even guarantee that's going to be the next episode because of the time constraints I've got. So thank you very much for bearing with me, and I hope you watch both of the episodes anyway. I mean, if we don't get the Monaco game in the next episode, we'll probably just miss it and go straight to the PSG game, just to get us through the season a little bit for Monday, because hopefully I should be back before Monday and be able to get it recorded, edited and uploaded, even if it is on Monday morning. Tsunami comes forward here, he's got a bit of pace about him. That's not a great ball in. Gomez to Adam. Really like Claudio Gomez, by the way. It's a great signing. I've not had a chance to put him in the Mazelia role yet because I keep forgetting to. And I brought Pavlov off the bench. That's a great ball in from Zambia, and Tsunami is there again. What a result. 2-0. Great cross. Great finish from our Japanese man. He was responding well to there being a new competition in the squad. We rejected a number of loan bids for him now. I said in the last episode, if you remember, so frustrated that I couldn't get a bid for him. Now that I want to keep him with this free advanced forward lineup up the top, I'm getting loan offers left, right and centre for him, offering us some pretty decent money as well. It's a cross to Lumar. It's a cross that doesn't beat the first man, but he does win a throw in, so rather a corner, so that works for us in a certain amount of way. Looking at our fitness levels, I'm probably going to bring off Claudio Gomez. I'm going to try Mokhtar in this role. I have been bringing on Jan and Villa in this role, and I do quite like him, but I'm going to bring on Mokhtar, give him a chance. Played once and he played in the Mazelia role and kind of fell out because I was like, it's not really a Mazelia. And Pavlov, who I'd signed and got put automatically into the reserves, got promoted back up, which is where it should have been anyway, and put on the bench and given a chance. Claudio Gomez plays it forward into the channel for Tsunami. Can he get a decent ball in? That's a pretty decent ball for Bonnet, headed down to Oliveira. Played it back to Zambia. 3-0. And that's his first ever Toulouse goal as well. He obviously was at the club when I came. He was out on loan at Lens, I think, in the second division, and I recalled him on the advice of staff. And I actually prefer him a little bit to Thierry Correa, if I'm honest. And I was giving Thierry a chance because he didn't really get a chance in a team that was mine. But the red card at 3 minutes in against, who was it? That's got to be offside, ref. Has to be. It's been ruled out. Thank you very much. The angle wasn't the best, but I was pretty sure it was. We're going to bring Parada on for Tsunami, who's tiring as well. I mean, he's not the best at this role, but whatever. Give the boy a chance. He's got to prove himself because he's really, really annoyed as manager. Nancy were 1-0 up against Lyon, now losing 2-1. But I've completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, Korea, Zambia. So basically my staff recommended I recall him. Thierry went out on loan, came back, was like, I'll give him a chance because he's not had a chance in a team that I have enjoyed around him. He wants to stay at the club, give him the shot, and he plays fairly well in the first game. In the second game, obviously that red card inside 3 minutes. Zambia's came back in, played fairly well in the last game. I don't think, you maybe could say he could have closed down the second goal, but you don't legislate for the boy scoring from there. That's on the goalkeeper, I think. So I felt he played fairly well when he's been brought in, and I prefer him. So I think he might be the first choice right back. I'm still deciding on that, because Correa's got to be worth a decent amount of money, whereas I don't think Zambia's going to be worth any money. So it might be a play hit the worst option to have sell on value basically, and have the second option coming in and actually improving the team when that happens. But this is a nice 3-0 win for us. We started very, very poor, but we have won it 3-0 indeed. Next episode, I'm not sure when I'm bringing you back, so plan is Monaco, but time constraints might mean that it's before then. We've obviously only got 2 games before Monaco now, so hopefully I can still manage to do that, but it is getting pretty late tonight. We're up to 5th in the league, 1 point behind the league leaders, but Bordeaux obviously have a game in hand against what looks like Amiens, Rennes or Saint Etienne would be their game in hand, but we'll just click forward, we'll find that out. They play Nimes, who are bottom of the league with 0 points, so we're going to say Bordeaux are top of the league and we're 4 points behind. I think that's a fair assumption. But you know, we're a point behind PSG, we're ahead of Monaco. PSG have spent £310 million this summer. I would say to be within a point of them is pretty good. I know it's only 4 games into the season, so I'm clutching at straws. Anyway guys, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Absolutely love bringing this episode to you. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.